In this video, I wanted to show you how to solve problem 2.3.10 or point 10 from the section 2.3 homework by graphing this data in Excel. So here's the problem statement. It says, given below are the numbers of indoor movie theaters listed in order by row for each year. Use the given data to construct a time series graph. What is the trend? How does this trend compare to the trend for drive-in movie theaters? And the graph for drive-in movie theaters is written over here, is shown over here. So it says click the icon to view the data. And it looks like we've got 17 years of data, and these are the number of indoor theaters during that time. You can print it if you want to, but what I highly recommend you do is just download the data. So click this, and I want to open it in Excel. Now, all TCC students have opportunities to download Microsoft Office for free, I believe, with your tuition. You can download this from the TCC website. I mentioned in the syllabus, so make sure you follow those directions in the syllabus so that you can get your free copy of the Microsoft Office suite. So I'm going to choose open this in Excel, which is part of that Office suite that you have access to. Say yes. Okay, I think it did open it. It's just not showing it to you. Okay. And so now I've got my data here. Whoops, I'm going to stop sharing for just a moment so that I can be sure to share the right window with you. So here is my data in Excel. If I want to create a time series graph for this, I will just select these cells, and then I'll go to Insert in Excel, and then I will choose a line graph. So I'll just choose this one. And we see this. I don't know why it chose two different lines. Let me look at the data. Let's just delete that one. Say okay. Gosh, that's not what I wanted at all. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Let's start over. Okay, so we're going to choose these, go to Insert, and I think I'll just do a scatter plot. And then you can kind of see. Now it's going to look a little different. In the graphs that were on our screen in the MyLab Statistics website, this horizontal axis was not so stretched out. It wasn't this long. It was sort of, the graph was kind of tall and skinny, so it looked more like this. Now this is not exactly what we want. If we want all of these little points to be connected with line segments, that's what you would expect to see with time series, a time series graph. So I'm going to go over here and ask to connect it with a 2D line now. And there we have it. So this is what our graph looks like. These are the numbers of indoor theaters, and they are associated with a corresponding year. So during one year it was this amount, during the next year it was the following amount, and the next year it was the next amount, and so on. And we've connected those with line segments. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm trying to share the homework with you now. This is where I wish I had multiple monitors. Okay. So we were asked to choose the correct time series graph. It's obviously not D, it's obviously not C, and A and B look very similar, but when we graphed ours, it had kind of an uptick at one point. It wasn't nice and smooth like B is, it was much more like this. So I think A is the answer, so we're gonna click check answer. And MyLab Statistics always gives us some positive feedback, which is nice. So you say okay, and then we'll answer the rest of the question. It says, is there a trend? Is this trend, how does this trend compare to the trend for drive-in movie theaters? Well, there's an upward trend here for indoor movie theaters. There's a downward trend for drive-in movie theaters. So I think it's probably A. It says in A, it says there appears to be an upward trend, unlike drive-in movie theaters, which have a downward trend. So that would be my answer. And that's our final check. So we know we did it right. And then you would go on to the next question. So I highly recommend that you download that Microsoft Office suite from the TCC website. You have access to it with your tuition, and then use that to graph data throughout the semester. There's absolutely no reason for you to do the majority of your work by hand in a statistics class. We are going to use technology all the time, and one of my favorite pieces of technology is the Microsoft Office suite, because pretty much everybody has it at work after they graduate. So be sure to take advantage of that, and I'll see you in the next video.